frightened. And so far no one's given a plausible explanation. Share this with me. Like a fresh stone, put it on a pedestal. You'll see it's like a chrysalis. It'll open up. It'll reveal nobility. And in the process, we'll see it's like a fixed unit, like a signal. So forget about royalty, think about time and parsley. Their disadvantage, but essentially, they have the same consciousness. So, if I took you as a queen, I asked, would we have to believe in God? And then I found you there. Gentlemen, please, tell me about something. I'll tell you about how this priest, he droned on about the history of his people. The breast, your lips, hold back, your tips, it's getting darker, that's just it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just smile back. And like a church service will gather as a single body in a minute, steering reality around the perimeter, kind of like a kitchen garden. Please tell me if you've lost a daughter. I can hear it coming through. That's hateful. It's a construction. This has the force of a command. It's too realist. It's too critical. Hypochondriac, nymphomaniac, daily coping that, one day pay them that. Please, bring me some red wine. We'll enter together into that hot black cave, the place where the wolves live, and then we'll return with sunken eyes to find the meaning and the origin. We'll read the Book of the Dead, learn about Aztec gods, and still at dawn, when the candles are out, we'll draw a line in the sand, know nothing but death. And then we'll wake up. And therefore, nothing will be known. Bloody Heraclides, goddamn Parmenides. The conversation is this. It's about conflict and domination. The required shape can be described, but it's still unknown. It could look like a throne, but that would flush us off the streets, drive us underground, would become an army, students, politicians, socialists, anarchists, infants. After death, I will give you this counsel when the trumpets blow, and in the poems around the round table we'll learn of romance and birth. So keep an eye on me, Mother Superior, and count my imagination running wild. I won't interrupt your journey, even though it might be dissatisfying. Men are chaos. Women don't like sexism. We prefer trees occur a fairly large amount of space. Learn to see between the lines that have at least made slits for eyes. Learn to see between the lines that have at least made slits for eyes. Careful, the soil needs to be well drained and moist. Astrantia mater, Daphnia lanceolata, Helleborus dividus corticus geranium macrophage. We're all on board a ship. It's travelling. The cans in the back seat staring at the mirror. His expression is hard to read. Shakespeare is sitting next door. He's chuckling. My good brother, he says, don't weep. Just bow down to the rules. Subjects are more happy. That way, you'll have a fine, rich, and satiny life. At some time in the past, the unknown became the future. But something we know perfectly well now is that little worms, when cut in pieces, die. The form of darkness was sleep, and it was terrible to him, and yet he longed not to know anything about anything. Well, after all, he was the one who was here, Claire said. I said. What happened next? What did they say? And that was that? Please, go on. But not in this land. There may be a place for those unchristened infants in some limbo, but not here. You're alive, said Satan. What was that? Your flesh is petrified, but it's been replaced by wood. What is that? We can't remember names, addresses, telephone numbers, chemical processes. It seems to me that once again some mystery is being discussed but not revealed. No reason why your fantasy is not the way it's meant to be. Hold back your tips. I'm sure there was a fourth song she could easily imagine, as she said something that goes along with what Claire said before. But then the teacher rang the bell, and we ran out onto the playground to see the miraculous world of big stone balls. There are many theories. Antoine said, no, again, not in this manner, not for this matter. I can't work it out well in this light. Perhaps if I fall asleep, I might find some new edition of these thoughts, some new design. This, I would suggest, is the best possible thing to do. But in a different conversation, what you said to me was, inebriated, it's hard to study. I do love a little T.S. Eliot here and there. In 1918, Europe lay in ruins, like a wasteland. Then the rural plants sprang back. We held them up with a curved retaining wall at the foot of a sloping bed. Again, we walked the perimeter of this area, beating its bounds. It was a good idea to place a single line of turf out to the false pond. Unfortunately, the wanderers rarely came. They were sick, they needed remedies, they needed triple souls and words spoken and crises and guides and cement, rampant simple English middle class question of social power. The most recent development, as far as I'm concerned, is this. Shame should not last too long. Ruin does not honour the strength of our love. If you wake up at this moment, try not to dwell too long on your present companions. You could look at the old table, the green curtains. You could stealthily creep outside. But the fundamental answer that you'd have to take away after you've deciphered the story, after you've reached some kind of adulthood on the matter, after you've reached the final date of the contract, after all doubts have been eradicated and ignored, shrubs and trees planted by the previous owners will be shown